How's it going, everybody? This is Seven with Simple 7 Productions here with episode 2 of If You Haven't Seen It. First of all, let me start by saying that the video was actually supposed to be up about 2 days ago, but I've been having a little bit of trouble with my camera and converter, and I don't know, it wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. So that's why I'm making it a couple days late. I'm going to try to get one out about every 7 days. So hopefully I'll be able to stick to that schedule, but I guess we'll see what happens. Our topic of discussion today is horror. That was Buster making a cameo today. Now, I like horror for a couple reasons. Horror is one of my favorite genres of film. I love the fact that it's so gory, you know what I mean? The serial killers, the characters are always way over the top. And some of them, let's be honest, some of them, the acting is so great, it should be nominated for every award ever made or offered from now until the end of time. Specifically any movies with Tom Cruise in them. The plot, the stories are always really weird. Most horror movies follow a specific formula. When I say specific formula, I mean if you've ever been able to watch a horror movie and guess seconds before something's going to happen that it was going to happen, then congratulations, you have figured out the formula. Every now and again movies come along where they stray from the formula. And there's good stuff for everybody in every genre. You have to weed through it all. I can't say that enough, man. You have to explore. Stop watching Jason Takes Manhattan. It's okay, but not that good. Please stop watching it. Anyway, let's get right into it. First thing I want to talk about today is Cloverfield. The movie came out a while ago. It caught my interest right away in the theaters because it was handycam. It was filmed on something similar to what I'm using right now for the entire movie. So it's very Blair Witch. It's very like shaky, and it gives it a realistic feel to it. Even it is about a big monster ravaging through the city, New York. So, very Godzilla, very Blair Witch. That's probably the perfect way to describe it. We're looking at a little under an hour and a half of Steadicam work, so if you get motion sickness really easily, I wouldn't suggest watching it, or at least take something for it before you do try to watch it. I don't really get motion sickness, and when I went to see it in the theater, I almost did get sick, so be wary of the movement in this movie. It's awesome, it's intriguing, it's got a lot of twists in it, and there's a lot of things that just make you go, what the hell is going on? Like, it makes you question what you're actually getting involved to as opposed to what they're showing you. So, really good, check it out. Alright, the next movie is a little bit more suspenseful than most of the other horror movies that you're going to see today. This one is really, it's more about playing with your mind and keeping you in that state of being scared rather than just scaring you. So, it's called High Tension. Very, very, very good movie. If you like suspense, this movie is absolutely perfect. I mean, I'm not real big on the suspense thing, but I must say this was an excellent movie. It does keep you on the edge of your seat the entire time you're watching it. It's one of those movies I can't really tell you too much about without actually ruining points of the story, so I don't want to do that. But High Tension, pick it up. It's a good watch. Alright, next one I'm going to get into is a little bit older than the rest of the stuff you're going to see. It's called The Hole. It's got Keira Knightley in it, pre-Pirates, way pre-Pirates. And it's about this group of kids, a group of classmates that go to this old military bunker, and they party in it for the weekend, and they end up getting locked in. And it's kind of a mystery evolved around who locked them in and what was the purpose, and people start dying, and people are going crazy and arguing with each other, and it's all over the place, all over the place. But very good movie nonetheless. The Hole. Get your mind out of the gutter and go pick it up. Alright, so the next movie I want to talk about is a classic in my book. It's an Eli Roth flick, it's an old one. It's called Cabin Fever. There's a good majority of people that have never seen the movie, at least the people I've met anyway. Seems like a lot fewer people have seen the movie than should have, which is the whole reason for me doing these kinds of things, is so that you guys can actually get informed about it and see it. Brilliantly done. Eli Roth is a mastermind in this one. It's got Ryder Strong in it. I don't know if you can see him in the corner here. He was the guy that played Sean on Boy Meets World, so a little bit of nostalgia in there if you ever watched that show. There's 5 people that go up to a log cabin that they've rented in the woods for, I want to say it's the summer if I remember correctly, after school break. So they go up to the mountains and they actually contract a flesh-eating virus. You should keep in mind the entire time you're watching it that those flesh-eating viruses are real. It's a whole new level of realism due to the fact that it actually is something that you can catch on a day-to-day basis. That's some serious stuff. That's bigger than squades. Anyway, moving on. Next thing I want to talk about is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It's about a film crew that follows a man that supposedly died and is planning his return to murder his first victim and start his reign of terror. So basically, if you ever wonder how when the kids are running away from Michael or Jason, you look behind him and he's like, the kids are hauling ass and they're running so quick, and no matter how far ahead they get, they look behind and Jason's just right behind them, staring him down. Perspective from the actual killer's point of view. So it's a pretty interesting way to look at things. It's the guy that plays it, he's actually really funny at it, and he makes it kind of light and not so serious. It's a very serious discussion, and you can tell throughout the movie that it starts to play on the camera crew a little bit, but he makes it a little bit more. By the way, if the plot isn't enough to get you to go check it out, it's got Robert Englund in it. If you have any respect for horror movies, you are now contractually obligated to watch this movie. Alright guys, we're coming into the home stretch here of the countdown. Saved some of the best ones for last, so let's get into it. The first one is 13, Game of Death. Now this is basically about a guy who's down on his luck. He's got a financial debt that he needs to take care of, and he gets a phone call and ends up playing a game to win cash. There's 13 rounds to this game, and every round he wins, he gets a percentage increase of cash. And he's working his way up to the ultimate goal. I forget how much it was, but you have to make it through all 13 rounds in order to win any money at all. So if you fail one test, you fail the whole thing. I know too, it says, you know, it's from Dimension Extreme, and usually the stuff in Dimension Extreme can be a little questionable at points, but this one's actually worth the time. Look at that face. That's intensity, man. He is on it. Like, he wants to win. Please, check it out. Alright guys, this is it. Last thing I'm going to talk about today is the best in this episode. This is The Thing. John Carpenter flick, got Kurt Russell. Takes place in the ice caps, about a scientific research team that's out there studying whatever it is scientists and, you know, the Arctic search and study, and they come in contact with an alien. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and when I say alien, I don't mean alien in the classic sense of like, you know, big heads, almond eyes, and creepy looking signs type stuff. I mean alien as in like this is warfare at its best. Check it out, full of suspense, very dramatic, very, very dramatic. Kurt Russell in one of his absolute best roles ever, aside from Escape from LA and Escape from New York. I don't care what anybody says, Snake Plissken is awesome. It's full of those practical special effects. Alright guys, that's it. That's all I got for you this week. So like I said again, sorry that the video was a little late. I've been having a little trouble. Hopefully I won't have any trouble dealing with this footage. Until next time, I'm Seven, and if you haven't seen it, get out there.